Hi guys, welcome to tonight's flight on the channel, as we're going to be taking an early morning flight from Buffalo, and we're going to be heading to Toronto International. We're going to be flying with United in the 737-900, so it's a little bit dark right now, but once we come into that arrival, trust me, the views are going to look nice. We'll pass over the city airport, and we'll get a look at the skyscrapers. Going for a flight level of 140, so it's a really short flight today, so don't forget to like and subscribe guys, leave your comments down below, and we can go in and get the aircraft all set up ready to rock and roll. So right now we're in the 737-900 series, and what we can do is we'll go over into the overhead. So we've got our battery on and guided, standby powers on, and ground power is established. We've got our bat and ground power on the DCs. Go ahead and get the IRSs ready to go. Our panel lights are on, the emergency light can go to armed. We'll turn our seatbelts to auto, put our chimes to full. We'll go ahead and get the APU all ready to go and set it up. Once that comes, we'll put one pump in, and then we'll go over to our window heat as well. We can light the cabin up, turn our probes on and our window heat now. Go over to the trim air, turn that on along with our packs. Turn the APU bleed for when it comes. We're going for a flight level of 140, and on the charts down in Toronto we have a threshold of 564, so we'll put that to 550, which is now set. We can turn our anti-collision on, and we'll go in and get the aircraft all set up ready to go. So what we can do is we'll also go and get our ATIS, so Kilo Bravo, Uniform Foxtrot. Get that sent off. After we've done our perf, then we'll set up our takeoff. So we'll go in and get the IRS now at Buffalo. It should bring us to life, like so. And then once we've done that, we'll go and put in our route, and we're going for Charlie, Yankee, Yankee, Zulu. On our departure, we're going to be taking runway 05, and we'll take the Buffalo 5 as well. And for our arrival 05, and we'll transition off at Ixom, which is all set. So we'll go ahead and activate that. We'll go into our perf. We've got a cost of 1, a reserve of 1 with a cost of 32. We're going for 140, but we'll keep it for 13 on the charts. Switch that back to 13, like so. Then for our max takeoff, we'll set our climb. We'll do our flaps 5, a 151, a 153 and a 152, so you know what, for that instance we'll do a flaps 10, which should just slow us that little bit down. So a 151 and a 157 for V2 should be a very quick one today. And we've got flight level of 13,000, which is set. So we'll go ahead and put the flight directors on with the auto throttle. Running out of our departure, we're on a 054 course. Which is set. Flight directors and everything are on as well, so we'll go ahead and we'll switch over to the APU. Can turn our electrics on, and we can turn the yaw damper on as well, as we have already got the IRSs aligned. Now what I want to do is I want to have a look at our CG, which is 22.2, which will give us our trim. And if we go in and have a look at our ATIS now, our ATIS for the airport, 2990, 04007, so got 040 07. Okay, verify the takeoff speeds, nothing's changed there. And the QNH was 2990. Okay, so 2990. 2990, which is set. Auto brake will go to RTO. Now everything is all getting ready to go. Turn our logo on. Everyone's getting ready outside with a call the tug, and we'll get all set, ready to get out of it. So we'll call the tug now and get all set to go.
The cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Okay, so we're just waiting for the tow to drive up now, so we'll start putting our pumps on as we get ready to shoot. Even though it's a quick fly, there's a little bit more fuel than usual. Let's keep it a little bit heavy so we can come in nice and fast on the arrival. So here comes the tug straight through the wall. Okay, so this is basically our route as we come from the airport. Basically going to come around from 3000, take that left turn, cross over, be a quick top of descent as we come back down for 3000, make that left turn past the coast of the city airport, and then swing a right to come in for 05. So that's it, we're all good to go. So we'll release the parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Thank you very much. We'll go ahead and we'll start engine number 2. Okay, and now we'll go with engine number 1. Okay, so we're going to get ready to go. Once
Operation complete.
Moves.
Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Okay. Parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okie doke. So we'll turn our strobe to steady. And we'll wait for the tug to go, and then we'll start our pushback. So we'll wait for the tug to go, then we'll put our taxi lights on. Okay, so they're going to clear off, so I'll put taxi lights on now. Very dark tonight. So, we'll switch over now.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
We'll try to. So, the APU bleed can go off with the APU. Everything's all set. So, we switched over the DCs. We put that to Gen 1. We then put the packs back on. And we open up the isolation valve to auto. The APU bleed can go off and the APU. Everything else here is all good to go. I'm going to put the runway turn-offs off because practically we are blind. So, what we can do now is we'll drop our flaps. So we'll go to our flaps 10. Okay, and for our center of gravity on takeoff, it was a 469. There we go. Okay, so that's fine. Auto brake set to RTO. Everything else is all set. So all we can do is release the brake, go up onto Alpha, and then we'll turn around onto runway 05. So let's put some power into her as we're going to taxi straight ahead. So we'll go down past the terminals, then we'll slip onto Alpha. It's very, very dark. It's the early hours of the morning here that we're doing. Apparently 9 o'clock, but the setting that's given off is as if it was like 4 to 5 o'clock. So we're just taxiing down now as we get ready to make that right turn. Okay, so here's our right turn. Okay, so we'll take this left here. Onto hotel. So we'll just follow it to the end now, and then we can get straight out and head over to Toronto. Lovely views in Toronto, still using the custom skyscraper etc. that's in there. So that'd be nice to see. We'll get a wing view of the landing as well, so it should be a really nice approach. And coming on the ILS for 05. Okay, so we're just approaching the bend for runway 05. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put our strobes on now, and I'll put our wheel well. Okay, so here we are on the Alpha. So now we're onto runway 05. Pull away from the taxiway, so we'll get just that few more meters of runway. Okay, so here we are now. We're lined up on runway 05 at Buffalo. So what we can do is we will activate the LNAV and VNAV, which is set. We can go ahead and turn our landing lights on, which now should light up our runway nice and bright. We can turn our clock on. We'll get our button ready for the toga. So we're ready to go, and let's not hesitate any further. So release the brake, go to 45%, let it stabilise. And toga. Airspeed alive. Quite a bit of wind here.
80 knots.
Check. throttle hold.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive green.
Gear up. Okay, we've got a slight wind from the left.
400.
Check. Those flaps 5 now. Now I don't know why the LNAV decided to turn itself off. But we'll go up to our flaps 1 as the throttles are going to pull back, go into climb, and we'll make that left turn around now.
1000.
Okay, so just coming around the bend now, we can turn our auto brake off, get ready for our flaps up speed as we wing a left round Buffalo and say bye bye as we now head for Toronto. So, flaps up. Come around to the left now, we'll start going through our speed restrictions. Making our way up to 250. Keeping it nice and stable, passing through 3,500. Heading for our 250, just to keep her nice as we just make minor correction. There we go. Okay. So what we'll do just to stop us from overspeeding is just lift up a little. I want to reset my view. I'll bring us back down. And now what we can do is we'll engage the autopilot, and now the aircraft has full control. Okay guys, so we're just near the top of climb, so what we can do now is we'll go and do our takeoff cinematics, and then I'll catch you when we come in for our arrival into Toronto for runway 05. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in a minute. Okay, so started our descent from 13,000 now as we make our way into Toronto. Now it should be a nice sunset arrival once we come in. I'm going to descend from 13,000, and then as you can see we don't need the plan. There is our route, so we're going to cross straight over, turn left at the coast, come around the bend on the right and intercept for the localizer on that right turn. So we're just descending now through 11,500. So as this is all going to happen very fast, let's go in and get our ATIS as well. Okay, so we'll send that off. Just going under 10,000 feet now, so our landing lights can go on, runway turn-offs, taxis, and everything else is all good to go. So just waiting for the ATIS now. So QNH is 2994. There we go, 2994. And if we go in and do our arrival, so we're doing a flaps 30, 161, 10970. which is set. We'll now open up the speed brakes as we'll start our top of descent at 10,000, and the course for the ILS is 057. If I have a look on the actual charts, in Toronto it is the 057, so it was correct on that one. So we'll put the 057 course in. We'll follow the 353. Okay, so now we are descending through 10,000. We can go ahead and do our descent checklist. So we'll turn our engine starts to continuous. Landing lights and everything is on. As we now descend down, we can retract the speed brake. So if we do our descent checklist, we've got our engine starts, which is a continuous, and landing lights under 10,000, which is on and checked. We've got our approach procedure, altimeter setting of a 2994. And before we do actually do that, what I do want to do is I want to put our barrow in for the runway. So the barrow is 770. Okay, which is set. And we've got 770, which is set as well. And the speed brake's just a little, just to get our rate down. And we'll turn full bank as well, so we'll make them turns. So as I was saying, let's go ahead and do our approach checklist. So our altimeter setting, which is 2994, which is set and cross-checked on both sides. We've also got our altitude for the approach, which is 3,000 feet to intercept the localizer on a 3-degree glide path. Got the ILS course frequency, which is 057, cross-checked on the other side as well. After that, we've got our V-card approach speed rev. So we've got a flaps 30, 161. We'll do a 166. Coming super fast tonight. Taxi lights auto flaps set. So we'll stop there, as that is as far as we're going to go now. So we'll drop down to our flaps up speed now, as we're going to get ready to decel. And what we can do is we can now activate the ILSs as we slow now on our speed restriction, which is below 4,500 and below 210 at Darpu, which is going to come up in 10 miles. Don't know why the throttles decide to do that, then they'll kick back in, but not in an idle enough descent to actually hold the speed idle clearly. So make that left round for Darpu, and then as we come round from Darpu we stay at 210 below. Once we get to 3000 we'll be established, and then on here once we get to Danip we'll then make that right turn for Maza, and then by the time we get to Ixum then we'll be lined up on the runway by Dolpa. So we should make do for a nice arrival today. As we are all coming around the bend, we're all set to come in. And for our weather, don't think we've got none on that. So once we intercept the localizer, then we'll drop our flaps 5. Whoops, let's just leave the flaps for a second. Okay, so speed brakes armed as we make that descent now, and then we'll decel again down to just 210. So we'll drop our flaps 5 once we decel. So we'll go to flaps 1, and just to double check on the ILS we've got the correct frequency, 10970, which is correct. Okay, can't open the speed brakes when the flaps have been extended. And we'll put our auto brake to number 1. So there's the ILS for the localizer, which has come into play. We'll activate that off when we come in for that right turn, and it should make things nice. So on our speeds, got the 210 below, so we need to stay below 210 until we get round to Dolpa for the 204. So we'll just keep it at flaps 1. Could have stayed at flaps up, but we need to be below 210. We'll just let the FMC push that out for us. So as we come round the bend, we'll hit the VOR lock now because it's not going to set off until we actually go into that right turn.
2500.
So there's our 3000 feet, which we'll level off at now. Then we'll make that right turn around to come back for the airport. So one last time for our arrival procedures. We've got our altimeter setting, which is 2994, which is set. We've got our altitude, which is 3000 feet. We're stabilised. The ILS course frequency is 057. We've got our V-card speed rev, which flaps 30, 161 for a 166, which is going to be really fast. Minimum barrow, which is 770, and that is us set up for a 200 foot decision. And we've got our taxi lights, which are auto flaps, are coming down. And we're just making that right turn around, ready to catch the localizer. Wait for that to come in. Once the diamond magenta comes active on the right, where it just has, and when it starts to lower, then we will start to get everything all set, and then we can activate the approach. So here we go now, 204 at Dolpa. and then a 174. A 173 once we get to Kerpu. So Kerpu will most likely be where our glide slope starts, and that is where we will lock in for the flaps 15. We'll lock in for the flaps 15. So just waiting on that localizer now to turn us in, and then once the glide slope starts to come down, we'll get it all set. There we go. So we just reset our views, so we're all nice. Gonna do max spray number 1. Let's fly in. So it should be quite entertaining. Glide slope's going to come down pretty quick at 161, 165. So here we go. So we're going to that right turn now. Follow the LNAV path, and then the VOR lock should take over once it comes into range and gets intercepted. Holding at 3000 now. At 203. Aircraft's nice and stable as we come in for that beautiful sunset, well, early morning arrival. So here comes the VOR lock ready to intercept, so you'll watch it now flick from LNAV to VOR lock. So now the localizer is now locked in, and the aircraft's now going to follow that path that the VOR lock tells it to follow. So as the VOR lock moves right, the aircraft will start to turn to adapt. Still stay at 3000 now, as we need to wait until the glide slope starts to come down. And we check our speeds. So Dulper 204, and then we'll drop down to a 173 at Kerpu. We'll make sure to get some lovely wing views and the arrival as we come in. So just passing Derpu. Wait for the glide slope, as what's going to happen is the aircraft's going to hold here at 3000, and then it's going to start its descent down. So the glide slope magenta diamond has now activated itself. So what we can do is we can activate the approach, which will go into the single channel now, and what we'll do is we'll drop a flaps 5, and we'll drop the gear, and we'll do flaps 15. Okay, so it appears that the glide slope is a little offset. So what we'll do is we'll just manually correct. There we go. Go down to our flaps 30 now. Over 165. Okay, so just hold off. There we go. He's back for the glide slope. Okay, so we'll start coming down now.
$1,000.
1,000 feet, stabilized, missed approach altitude set.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue. Okay, so just a little low. He's back up.
$500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, speed brakes are up and reversers are active. Okay, reversers go back in.
knots.
We will be taxiing for the next few minutes, so please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened and all items stowed until the seatbelt sign is turned off. Please make sure that you have all of your personal belongings and be careful in opening overhead compartments. You're now free to use your mobile phone.
Okay, so now we're going to get ready to taxi to Terminal 1.
If you are connecting, please check the United app on your mobile device or see the airport displays for up-to-date flight status and gate information. On behalf of United, our Star Alliance partners, and your entire flight crew, thank you for flying the friendly skies with us today. We hope you've had a pleasant experience, and we look forward to serving you again on another United flight.
Okay, so we're just departing the runway now of 05. We'll go ahead and turn our strobes to steady. Any collision can go on, wheel well can go off. We'll take our landing lights off as well. Runway turn-offs, and we'll leave our taxis on. Okay. guys down in Toronto Airport for tonight's flight of the night. I'm going to be leaving the wing view cinematics as well for our after we leave here. So don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your comments down below. And I shall see you all again very soon for our next available flight. So take care for now. Bye bye.